Hello everyone, welcome to today's Daily Source with myself, Mr. Noah Hammond Terrell. This is the show where I meditate and then I tap in, I give myself the guidance that I most need to hear, and I share it with all of you. And then at the end, I ask myself a question to ponder, something to help me put the advice into my life. So welcome, let's go inside and see what's coming through today. What do I most need to hear for my highest good and for the highest good of all other beings involved? Most. Whereas I'm going to be conscious of the ebbs and flows of life and allow yourself to participate in them. This feels like the same advice I've been getting all week long. Okay, what else? Just acknowledge and embrace the fact that there's a natural up cycle and down cycle to your life, to the actions you're inspired to take, to the things that are motivating you. Sometimes it's outer, sometimes it's things you want to be out in the world, you want to be meeting people, you want to be networking, you want to be expanding. Sometimes it's inner, you want to be creating, you want to be learning, you want to be introspecting, and anywhere in between. So giving yourself permission to let your daily routine not always look the same, because that's out of harmony with nature. It's like if you wanted to always have it be winter in a place that has 4 seasons. It doesn't make any sense. And it's also like farming, right? There's a time to reap and there's a time to sow. There's a time to dig in, there's a time to receive and celebrate. There's these ebbs and flows that occur in all the cycles in nature and also in your life. Like your client Tanya does astrology, numerology, and just reminding yourself of that quote J.P. Morgan said, that anyone could be a millionaire, but to be a billionaire, you need an astrologer, right? Why is that? Why do presidents and famous influencers of the world all use astrology, or many have used astrology? Because it's, again, a way to consciously tap into the natural cycles, the ebbs and flows of what's occurring around you. It's not always time to power forward. It's not always time to rest. It's not always, and vice versa, right? So allowing yourself to acknowledge this brings more truth into the moment. And what it takes is you out of your mind and into your body, into your heart, and into the fullness of your being, right? Your mind is the construct that says, I should be able to have it be the same all the time, right? And that's kind of like why 8 out of 10 people hate their job, right? Because if their job is the same all the time, it's completely out of sync with nature and with the flows and the cycles of this world and of our experience as humans on the planet, interacting with this world and its cycles, and our own personal cycles of expansion and contraction, development, and sowing seeds and reaping harvests, and those kinds of things. So don't let your mind put you into such a routine and expect you to thrive by always staying solid in that routine. You need to deviate from routine at times to actually acknowledge and embrace the natural cycles that are operating around you. And when you go against these cycles is when you actually lose productivity, because you're trying to put a square peg into a round hole, essentially, at those times. And so the times where you find yourself being ineffective in what you're attempting to do, whether that's something in business or work or relationship or whatever, the times you find yourself pushing, those are the times for you to reassess whether or not there's something else that wants to flow through you, or a different way of approaching what you're attempting to do, or a different prioritization of order of events. Again, kind of with the root concept being that there's natural flow, harmony, and cycles evolving around you that you're participating in, whether you want to acknowledge them or not. And so you have to, at those times, step out of the mind into the body and follow the feeling that is wanting to guide you towards a greater harmony and a greater overall effective action for you to participate in at that time. All right, so you actually get more productivity. So the brain says that it wants to be productive, so it's got a strict routine and it's got diligent focus and it's got this idea of exactly how it's going to work out. And actually, to get the productivity that your brain and your ego so greatly desires, you have to come back into your body, back into the truth of the moment, and back into the feelings and the ebbs and flows at times for you to acknowledge maybe where your energy could most effectively be placed. You know, there are times where you want to acknowledge too, there's times where you're going to want to come into your body because you're really just resisting something difficult that you do need to do. But you're mostly past those moments. You show up and you do what you need to do. So for you, it's much more important about just acknowledging the truth of what you're feeling and experiencing and allowing that divine wisdom, the cellular wisdom of your collective body, which has its own intelligence beyond just the construct, the thinking mind, allowing that wisdom to guide you and using your energy most effectively in harmony with these cycles. Cool. All right, powerful question for today. How will I know when I'm pushing against cycles? How will I know when I'm going against what truly wants to be birthed? Like, what's my sign? What's my focal point? What's my way to know that? And then what's my reaction? What will I do in those times? Do I journal? How do I discover the next move? All right, everybody. That's it for today's Daily Source. Sending you all tons of love, tons of good energy, tons of positivity for your day. Make it an amazing one. See y'all again soon. Thanks for your comment, Leon. I'll get right back to you, man. Bye for now.